Looking for an epic single fin nose riding longboard to add to your quiver? Well, let's talk about the Cherry Picker by Skindog Surfboards. Hi guys, Chris from Stoked Travel here. Welcome back to the channel. Now before I get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any video goodness. Now today we're going to be delving back into the world of longboarding and chatting through the Cherry Picker by Skindog Surfboards, an epic single fin nose riding longboard. It comes in Thunderbolt technology. Now for me, I've been wanting to get my hands on the Cherry Picker for a long time. I've been following Ben since I was a kid, growing up in Devon in the UK. He's in neighbouring Cornwall. And as a 12 times European longboard champion, obviously any board he is creating is of interest to anyone in the longboarding community. I finally managed to get hold of the Cherry Picker over here in Australia and been testing it out for the last couple of months. So yeah, let's jump straight in with the review. So first off, who is the Skindog Cherry Picker aimed at? Well, it's the brainchild of UK pro surfer Ben Skinner, who's 11 times European longboard champion and who also boasts a couple of top 5 finishes on the world tour as well. So there's some serious longboard wizardry behind this board. Now it's designed as a blend of traditional and performance longboarding, although it definitely favours more traditional style surfing on this board. So if you're looking to get into the kind of nose riding and boardwalking, this is a great board. That being said though, it's definitely not one of those boards that you'll want to pick up as a beginner. It's quite a big board, it's a lot of board to handle in the water, and it's probably not the best introduction to longboarding. I would go with something with a bit more of a pintail to make it easy to maneuver and handle in the waves. But if you're looking at getting into that nose riding traditional style of longboarding, this is an epic option. I'd say anyone from kind of mid-range, intermediate up is going to really enjoy this board, but the more experience you have on a longboard, the more you'll be able to get out of the Cherry Picker's performance and great nose riding ability. So yeah, if you're anywhere from kind of mid-range and intermediate up, you're going to absolutely love this board. So now let's talk board breakdown and dimensions. Now if you're ordering this board in Thunderbolt technology from Firewire, it comes in a single size at the moment, which is 9.6 by 23.5 by 2 and 13/16, which comes in about 75 litres. If you are based in the UK, you can also order this board direct from Skindog Surfboard's factory in Newquay, and then you have the option of running it from either a 9.2 right through to a big old chunky 10.0 model, so you've got a few more options in sizing. When it comes to the breakdown of this board, it's very much a blend of traditional and performance, but the outline itself is very more on the traditional side of things. So nice and wide at the tail, wide through the middle, and just that little bit more pulled in through the nose. Now one of the most unique things about this board that you'll instantly notice when you pick it up is that tail. It's really flicked up at the back and has got a lot of concave through it. Now this flick in the tail is what gives this board such epic nose riding ability and creates a lot of lift and hold, so it kind of tracks itself up the wave, sits really nicely in the pocket while you run to the front and get your pinkies over the nose. That big, wide, blunt square tail can take a few waves to kind of dial in and learn how to turn, but once you figure that out, it flicks around really nicely in the pocket as well, and it's actually surprisingly maneuverable for how much board this is. But yeah, that's the breakdown of the Skindog Cherry Picker. When it comes to fin setup in the Skindog Cherry Picker, it is a dedicated single fin. Now I've chatted to a few people about fin setups on this particular board, including ex-Australasian champ Jack Entwistle, who absolutely froths on the Cherry Picker and surfs the pass on it all the time. And the FCS 10-inch Connect and also the Skindog sub 10-inch are great pairings with this board. If you've checked out Skindog's Instagram lately as well, you'll see he recently took it to Morocco and he was surfing it with the 11-inch sub from Flying Islands of California, and it looked like it went absolutely beautifully. Personally, for me, in my board, I'm riding my 9-inch McTavish involvement fin, which I took off my Noosa 66, which is also a very traditional nose riding style longboard, and it goes absolutely beautifully. I have no qualms with that fin setup in this board, and it's definitely one I would recommend as well. But yeah, dedicated single fin for the win. When it comes to construction, the Skindog Cherry Picker direct from Firewire comes in Thunderbolt Silver technology, which is their favoured Thunderbolt technology for longer, more traditional style longboards. It's very durable, very lively underfoot, but also feels very similar to PU in that respect, so it's very familiar to surf. Like I said as well, you can order it direct from Skindog Surfboards in their Newquay factory in Cornwall in the UK, in which case you can order it in PU technology as well. But for me, the Thunderbolt Silver construction feels great underfoot. If you'd like to learn more about Thunderbolt technology and the differences between the silver, black and red, check out the links in the description below and you'll find the full breakdown. When it comes down to the ideal wave conditions for the Skindog Cherry Picker, small reeling waves is definitely going to be where it's at if you're looking to boardwalk and do a lot more kind of traditional nose riding style of surfing on this board. For me, everything from knee to shoulder height is the sweet spot for the Skindog Cherry Picker, and that's where I'm definitely going to be grabbing it for, especially really nice days at the point. That being said, I've surfed this board in a huge variety of conditions, from onshore and mushy right through to quite big and punchy, and I've been very surprised at how well it's handled absolutely everything I've thrown at it. Obviously, the bigger and the more punchy the conditions, the more experience your longboarding knowledge is going to have to be to control it, because it is quite a lot of board to handle in the water. My first surf on this, I actually ended up taking it on a slightly overhead day at the pass, which was actually quite punchy. I'd definitely taken the wrong board for the conditions, but I was really surprised at how well it handled everything, and it allowed me to generate a hell of a lot of speed on that board, despite how much board it's packed into that outline. But yeah, if you're looking to get kind of those old school or longboarding vibes out of the Cherry Picker, small, clean, and reeling is definitely the way to go. So what is the Skindog Cherry Picker like to actually surf? Well, for me, it ticked all the boxes I wanted it to. It's super stable, great paddle power, and of course you can spend plenty of time on the nose with it as well. For me, it's really helped push my traditional style of longboarding to the next level. Lots of cross-stepping, lots of board walking, lots of nose riding, and just plenty of time on those smaller days just eating up all the waves you can get your hands on. For me, it's definitely one of those boards, if you want a high wave count and you just want to spend some days cruising on those smaller reelers, it's absolutely ideal. I've surfed it in everything from knee high to just overhead. It's not going to be my first choice of board for those bigger days, but it's nice to know this board can handle it. Especially if like one of those bigger sweeper sets come through, you can still grab it and know that the board will handle everything you can throw at it. That tail definitely provides all the lift and all the nose riding ability you could want out of a board. And if you're definitely looking for that traditional style of longboarding, this board is going to really help push your skills to the next level. So let's talk final verdict and pricing. Now, if you haven't already guessed from the rest of this review, I'm absolutely frothing on the Skindog Cherry Picker. Absolutely love riding it, and it's really nice to have a traditional style longboard back in my quiver, especially one in Thunderbolt technology, because it's always nice to have something that's a little bit lighter and a little bit more durable. But now let's talk pricing, which is going to be the biggest barrier when people are looking at adding this board to their own quivers. Now the Skindog Cherry Picker in Thunderbolt technology comes in at just under 2,000 Aussie dollars, so it's 1,400 British pounds and about 1,300 US dollars. So it's definitely not an impulse buy unless you're super flush with cash. Now I've been eyeing one up for a while, and I have to admit I just couldn't bring myself to spend that much money on a longboard that wasn't a custom. And the only reason I've actually added it to my own quiver is I managed to get one at the Firewire factory sale for 750 Aussie dollars, which was an absolute steal. I picked up a couple of boards to review in that sale, and this was definitely one of those. Having surfed this board, however, for the last couple of months and had so much fun on it, with that knowledge, would I now spend $2,000 on the board? Look, I have to be brutally honest here, I probably wouldn't. Mainly because of my own personal budget, but also I can't really bring myself to spend $2,000 on a single fin nose rider when I know I can get something like a McTavish Custom for about the same price. It's really going to come down to your personal budget on this. It is a great board. It's going to be a great addition to your quiver if you do have the cash to part with. But for me, it comes down to kind of weighing it off against a custom. If you are based in the UK, obviously you can get a Skindog Cherry Picker direct from the Nuki factory, which comes in about £950, so significantly cheaper in the PU construction. And of course, then you get to chat to Skindog and get a full custom board out of it as well. That being said, great addition. If you do want to add one to your quiver, you're definitely not going to feel bad about it, and you're not going to regret that purchase. So it really comes down to personal budget. And there you have it, guys. That's my full review of the Skindog Cherry Picker in Thunderbolt construction. If you have any questions about this board, make sure you add them in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them. And of course, check out the rest of the channel for heaps of reviews, guides, and more. That's it for this week, guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next week.